So now substitution reaction, as I told you that if some teacher is absent in your school period, then that period is actually substituted or replaced, or you can say the teacher is being replaced by any substitute. So this is what happens in the substitution reaction, in which the atom or a group of atoms are actually replaced by the other atom. That means we have a replaceable atom which actually replaces that atom, right? So just look at the example. What do I have? I have CH3Br, this is my methyl bromide, or I can write bromomethane, with my caustic soda or sodium hydroxide. And we know that if we look for the valencies, they form positive ions. So what happened in this case? This Br is actually replaced by the OH group. So what do we get as a result? We get methanol, and along with that we get sodium bromide. So what actually has taken place, that Br is being replaced by the OH. So this is what is the substitution reaction. Now we have different types of substitution depending upon that which group is actually replacing the other atom. So if it is said to be an electrophilic substitution, as you all know that what is an electrophile? Electrophile is that which carries a positive charge, or you can say generally which have love for the electrons, can be a positively charged species or can be an electron deficient molecule, right? So here you can say that if the atom or a group of atom is being replaced by an electrophile, then it is actually called as electrophilic substitution. And if it is replaced by a nucleophile, what is nucleophile? Which have love for the nucleus, that means which has the lone pair or which is negatively charged species, right? Then it is called as nucleophilic substitution. And if it is free radical, we know that free radical is that which carries an unpaired electron on it, right? So that then if it is replaced by a free radical, it is free radical substitution. So just look at the example. Suppose I have a benzene here, I have an electrophile, say nitronium ion, as I can see the positive charge, so obviously it is a nitronium ion. This reaction actually takes place in presence of HNO2 and H2SO4. Then what happens? This nitronium just replaced this hydrogen, and what do we get as a result? We get nitrobenzene, and along with that we get the hydrogen ion. This is what is an electrophilic substitution, because here an electrophile substitute this, right? So this is what it occurs. When we consider a nucleophile, we know that here the nucleophile is going to show a replacement. So suppose I have this thing and I have this OH negative, and we know that a group which carries a negative charge is a nucleophile, because it has a negative charge, so it has the affinity for the nucleus, that means the positive charge. So now this Cl is being replaced by this OH. So that means I get methanol, and the Cl becomes Cl negative, because this bond is somehow polar. We know that methyl and carbon, like if we see C and CCl bond, it is something polar in nature. So it will just goes off, this will attach here because it will have lone pair, and it will just be liberated as Cl negative ion. Free radical type is that in which the atom with an unpaired electron is going to replace the other atom. So let's say chlorination of methane is the best example here. So what happens actually, this Cl2 actually undergoes an homolytic fission and forms this Cl dot, that is the free radical. Then this free radical react with this methane forming CH3Cl, and we get this thing, the H positive, which will further react with Cl, the another Cl forming the HCl. So this is what is the substitution reaction. So it is just simple that we are replacing a group or a group of atoms with the certain other atom, and that can be electrophile, that can be nucleophile, that can be free radical, and depending upon that which atom is actually replacing the other one, we classify it as electrophilic substitution, nucleophilic substitution, and free radical substitution. So this you have to keep in mind, that in this reaction obviously the replacement is going to take place. So this is what is the substitution. So now we are just left with the addition reaction. So we'll start with the addition reaction, and as the name suggests, that addition reaction is that in which you add a certain you can say a reagent to the compound. So just look at the board, it is again a simple reaction.